Alright, welcome back to another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at Bandai's S.H.Figuarts Krillin, the Earth's strongest man. Alright, now, before we get started as usual, as we all know, please like, subscribe, share, and always leave a comment down below. And please hit that notification bell so you never miss out on anything that I am putting up. Now that I've got that all out of the way, let's take a look at Krillin's accessories. So starting off, he comes with a tray of accessories, as you can see. He has a plethora of hands, 3 interchangeable heads, well 4 actually, because there's one on him. And then he comes with one hand that holds a bag of sensu beans, and I will show some of this stuff off with him on it. At least he also comes with his destructive disc. And it's just casted in a kind of like a clear yellow plastic. But all right, let's get into taking a look at this figure. I've been waiting for this figure for a long time. The original Krillin that they had out, the first one, really wasn't that great of a sculpt. This one here looks like they literally took him from Dragon Ball Z and threw him in toy form, brought him to life, put him right here in front of you. Now, excuse me. Look at that face sculpt. That is a great face sculpt all the way around. Hands, bar none, hands down. Nice head sculpt. Nice with the 6 little dots that he has on his forehead. Beautiful, beautiful work for the eyes and the mouth. He has no nose. He's the only character that really doesn't have a nose. He's an Earth person. That's pretty cool the way they made him. I mean, really cool. Now I have Krillin when he, you know, the kid version of Krillin, and he is great. But this one blows it out of the water. This one blows it out of the water. I will show that in the comparison so you guys can see the difference between the two. Now, as standard any S.H.Figuarts figure, we all know how their articulation is. But before we get into that, just as we're looking at the actual paint sculpt, the paint on the blue, nicely done on the shoulders, which this is a separate piece. And then you have the paint here on the chest, the turtle emblem, which actually I think this actually stands for like Dragon Ball Z. It's actually a Z, but whatever. Maybe I'm wrong. But this is the turtle emblem for Master Roshi's school. So that's nicely done that they put that decal on there, and it's perfect. It's not messed up. Moving down to the wristbands on his arms, nicely painted, down to the belt on his gi. I love the way they put all the little lines on the cloth of the gi. And then moving down to his boots, also with the little rope ties around them, just like Goku's boots. Yeah, and he's a little guy. He is a little guy. All right, getting into his articulation, it is, I don't want to say it's a standard S.H.Figuarts articulation. I do believe this is a whole new body for him, for Krillin. But anyway, let's just take a look on how he moves. So looking up, that's as far as you're going to get him to look up. He can look down, and then that's as far as he can look up. He has real nice head tilt. So you can get plenty of expressions with him. And then his head can turn side to side. And the neck is on a ball joint. So I do believe that neck, well, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I know some of them, these actually move. Or maybe mine's stiff. I don't know. But yeah, I might be wrong. Anyway, moving on. So as far as the shoulders go, I mean, look how simple that is. I mean, this guy, you can actually get a lot of range with him. And why wouldn't you? He's a martial artist. All martial artist figures should have a lot of range. Should be able to move quite a bit. And these shoulders, these butterfly joints here actually allow him to move more from a T pose close to a Y pose. Yeah, he can almost I mean, if I would probably just try to swivel this around, I probably could get more movement out of him. All right, so you have his butterfly hinge here on the actual shoulder. So this comes down. Mine's a little stiff. I just took him out of the box, so I haven't really moved him around. But this upper shoulder here moves out, as you can see right here. And then this is a separate piece inside for the actual arm. And then you have his shoulder rotation, which goes around so it doesn't move this here. But this actually gives you extra movement, so when you want to pose him out, the butterfly joint can move. And you can move his arms separate. So that's really nice that they did that. Then moving on to the rest of the arm, he has his bicep swivel, double jointed, no pins, double jointed elbow, wrist swivel, and his wrist articulation, side to side. Pop the hand off, you can probably turn the ball, and you can make it go up and down. Oop. And yes, that's as easy as that. The hands do pop right off. Now moving down on Krillin here, he has his waist swivel underneath, and then he has this upper torso, which it does turn when you get to a certain point. It's very stiff, very, very stiff. And then he has his ab crunch, so he can crunch forward that much, which is nice. So you can actually get him into, like he's been kicked in the chest, flying back pose, right? Like he's getting kicked through a mountain like you see many times in Dragon Ball Z, or slammed to the ground. He does not really have too much of a back bend. Oh, there it goes. Like I said, he's stiff. There you go. I got him in his, to move back some. That's, it's just he's stiff. So, all right, sorry about that. His belt moves so it can get out of the way. So that's nice. That should always be able to move out of the way so it's not hindering any articulation. And does it move up and down? I don't know I don't think it does. But moving it off side to side works just perfect. Now down to the legs. His legs, there you go. If this guy doesn't take the cake, I mean, there you go. He can do the splits. There are most figures that can't even do that. His leg can kick forward that far without having to turn this, without having to turn the thigh. He can kick forward. His knees, double jointed knees. I like the way they did this knee pad here to work. Oh, yep, I knew that was gonna happen. As soon as I seen it moving, I figured it was gonna pop right off. Just be careful of that. Because you don't want to lose that. Because if you lose it, your sculpt's gonna be phooey. But it's a nice deep knee bend for Krillin. So yeah, you can get him, throwing up a knee at somebody. Let me see if I can get him to, oh, don't want his arm flailing out. He just falls right into poses. That's phenomenal. Just falls right into poses. I can't say good enough things. Just be careful of, like I said, this. It might not be the greatest thing, but it works. It doesn't bother me that much. Just be careful of it. And bringing his knee back to a front kick. So yeah, there's his knee. See right there when you bring him out? It just pushes it right up. So just make sure you push that down, especially if you're going to pose him throwing the knee kick. That way you're not having any pieces lost. And there he is. And you're not going to lean back that far, but you're not going to lean forward either. You're not going to lean like this when you throw a knee. If he's jumping, let's just say he was jumping, right? If he's jumping, you can have him jumping, throwing a knee, as so. But for most time, you're not going to lean forward when you throw out a knee kick like this, and your toes are going to be pointed down. You're going to throw out a knee to knee somebody in the face. Usually you're pulling them forward, and I don't have the right hands on here. You're grabbing somebody and you're pulling them. Bang! You're giving them a knee. Now you want to throw him, you know, have his body bent like this because you're having him jump to throw a front kick, then you can do that. And that's a nice front kick as well. All right, so anyway, sorry. He does have an upper thigh swivel, and he does have no boot swivel because he has an upper thigh swivel, I guess. They didn't add a boot swivel, or mine is, nope, there's no boot swivel. He does have his ankle articulation where his ankle swivels side to side, moves back, moves forward, and then it has some gracious foot pivot. All right. So I just want to say, this guy here, I just took him out of the box. I haven't really messed around with him, done anything with him until now. So everything I'm doing here for the first time is with you guys. So hopefully you're enjoying this video as much as I am doing it. Oh, and I just want to say they did do a deep cut in the back of the leg here. So you can get that great knee bend. Even if they're just like that. And there goes. Nice, just be careful of that. And his knee can move back that far, almost to kick his own butt. But at the same time, this here, it's great. Just be careful, because when you move it, just hold the knee. Just hold the kneecap. That's all. That's all. But moving this guy around, he is he's great because he falls right into the pose that you want to get him in. Yeah, I mean, how great is that? All right. Excuse me. Like I said, I'm still recovering. Allergies are crazy at this time of the year, and I apologize for all the clearing of the throat or the coughing, because last week I was sick, and still I feel like I'm still recovering from that. All right. So here we have Krillin in his little stance here. Oops. I hate when I do that. Pop off the hand because I'm trying to get it to pose. All right. Sorry. So we have Krillin here. All right, so give me a minute. I'm going to try and get him into a different pose to show him off and the little bit different poses that he has. And then we'll get into some quick comparisons and move on with the review. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed the posing that I did right here with Krillin. You can get carried away with this guy and posing him. He poses so well, he poses like butter. You can get him to do pretty much almost anything you want him to do, and that is awesome. You know, I have to say that Bandai has knocked this figure out of the park. 2.0 Krillin is fabulous, fabulous. And I've been waiting for this guy for a long, long time for them to come out with a really, really good Krillin. And they finally have done it. All the way from his Destructo disc, all the way to his hands, his feet, his expressions, the different head sculpts, everything with him. Everything. And I have no pet peeves with this figure whatsoever. The joints were tight, everything is good, and he poses very well. I can't say that enough. Fabulous, fabulous figure. They've knocked it out of the park. Now let's get into some comparisons and finish up this review. All right, here's how he compares with Super 7's Mumra. Here's how he compares to NECA's Defenders of the Earth, the Phantom. Here's how he compares to the Action Force Sergeant Slaughter. Now here's how he compares with everybody around him. And I just gotta say, even though he is a little guy, even though Krillin is a little guy, he packs a punch. So for being the world's strongest man, I have to say, this figure lives up to that statement wholeheartedly, hands down, bar none. So if you're a big Dragon Ball Z fan or Dragon Ball fan or whatever the case is, yes, 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 pick this guy up. He is well worth it. You will love it. I promise you that. You can get him to any pose you want. Solar Flare, Destructo Disc, Kamehameha, whatever the case. Kicking, punching, kneeling, you can get him into it. It's well worth the price, well worth the admission. I'm telling you, pick him up. And last but not least, here's how he compares, well, to himself as a kid. And he's not much taller. He is buffer, but he's just not much taller. Alright guys, so that is my review on the S.H.Figuarts Krillin, Earth's Strongest Man by Bandai. Telling you, can't tell you enough. Of all the DBZ figures, I have to say this is one of the best. One of the best when it comes to posing and articulation and everything. And I know I said that before, and I'll say it again. So, guys, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Thank you to everybody who has stayed with the channel and everybody who is new. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Go on to Storm Shadow 75. If you're not already here, recommend it to your friends. Tell them to come check it out. Tell them to go on the page and watch the videos that are on there. Just check them out. That's why I do this stuff, because it's all for fun. Gives you guys ideas. Maybe, maybe not. But I hope it does. And I hope you guys keep coming back. And I hope you guys keep enjoying these videos, because I'm having a great time making them. And with that being said, guys, I catch you all on the flippity flip.